Islands in the Sky. This is the voice of Tom off camera.
Put your face in front of the camera. Everyone wants to see you.
Hey. It's my increasingly wrinkled face. Anyway, I'll probably not have that in there. I've always wanted to ask the question where the name Islands in the Sky came from.
I've kind of wondered that too.
Yeah, me too.
Well, okay, obviously I was the one who came up with that. I'm not sure really.
Didn't you draw a picture?
I
Well,
formed
no.
opinions about it. I mean, thoughts about it.
Or you share those in a little bit, but well, no, like I mean, I was thinking of something slightly abstract, kind of something a little idealistic.
Okay.
And I felt like I was writing these songs for kind of collectively, like for one like an album of some sort.
Okay.
And I felt like all these songs could be placed on this island that I had pictured in my mind, like sitting in the sky. And originally it was just gonna be like a CD or something,
Okay.
an album. But then I feel like it grew to be a little bit more than that, and I feel like I want to carry it on more as like a group. And so then I called it Islands in the Sky. James, what do you?
When I heard the name, I always thought of, like, how much your music talks about the beauty of outside, just being outside, and the sun is shining, and then there's the clouds, the islands in the sky.
Yeah. That's cool. So, why don't you just really briefly, like, state your name and what you do with the group? We'll start on the end.
I'm Rachel Yoder, and I play violin and sing a little bit.
I'm Michael Beck, and I play guitar, bass, sing, tambourine.
Okay.
I'm CJ Haig and play keyboards.
I'm James Green. I've played trumpet, keyboards, and drums.
Okay.
I'm Jake Miller. I play guitar, bass, and I do most of the lead vocals and most of the songwriting.
Okay. Now, are all of you guys spent your formative years in Goshen? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. As an outsider, I've always admired the kind of simpatico that all of you guys share there. Have you noticed that kind of feeling elsewhere, or do you feel like it's unique? Or could you elaborate on what it's like to be in Goshen?
I feel like Goshen has something that no other town has, and maybe it's because I grew up there, but since high school and since living in other places, I really think that Goshen is a unique town with people, not necessarily with like the landscape or anything.
Yes.
not the environment, but the people are just
Sure.
unique and amazing.
Sure.
I think.
Rachel,
And that's how we call.
Tell that story about Hannah, what Hannah said.
What did Hannah say?
About the people.
Well, Rachel was telling us a story on the way here. Our friend Hannah, she's a friend of ours in college, and Rachel and her, I guess, were walking down to the dam. It's like a dam pond, and
Yeah.
and her friend
that pond.
and her friend Hannah commented on the fact that, oh, Rachel, you seem to know everyone. Like, I guess just walking to the dam, she waved at certain groups of people.
Sure.
And I feel like, just to add to that, I feel like you can go to Goshen and walk around and you could say hi to people and you'd get a greeting back. And there's a lot of community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even like, we all go to, well, most of us except for Michael go to college, and people who are at the college, some of my friends who are at the college from other places, who, Michael goes to college somewhere else.
Yes, I understand. Continue.
But my friends, like I went out with a few friends various times during the year, and we would be like at a restaurant, and I'd say hi to someone. It's like, who's that? Oh, my mom's hairdresser.
Yeah.
Or, who's that? Oh, some old lady from church. Like, there's just, it's that kind of place where you walk around and say hi to people.
Yeah, and it's still it's a growing city that still has a small town feel.
Yeah.
I hate to use it; it's kind of a cliche, but it's actually what it is. It doesn't claim to be it, but it is.
Yeah, the first thing that I loved about Goshen when I went there in '05 wasn't the first time I was there, but the first time I played there was that, like, the majority of the kids weren't like hardcore scene kids. It's like they were like, and not that there's anything wrong with that. It just was so unique to me that, like, there weren't a lot of like white belts and black T-shirts. It just blew me away. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who like hardcore music, but that is really cool. But I don't want to focus on it too much because I don't want you to get a big head. And keep it innocent. There's one more question, and I'll ask you if I can remember. Oh, just real briefly, Jake, why don't you elaborate on how you recruited everyone here to be with you?
All right.
And that'll be it for the interview.
Start
All
from the
right.
beginning.
I've played with a lot of different people, and the people sitting here are not the sole members. Or,
Sure.
I mean, well, what I mean is that they're not the only people that have contributed.
Right.
There've been others. These are some of the primary, but it started kind of like when I was in high school. I played in a group with Michael,
Uh-huh.
and so we've had kind of a musical connection since then, and then near towards the end of high school, I picked up Rachel. I thought it'd be neat to add some string elements to the band, and picked up her and a friend, but she's kind of the only one around right now.
Uh-huh.
And then James last summer when I was recording kind of the demo or whatever we have now, Q is really just a big part of that and a real big support, and he really enjoyed it, and I feel like he's a talented enough musician. I just invited him to kind of play, and CJ just recently picked him up. I thought it'd be nice to add some keyboards of some sort just to fill it out, because I've been looking for people at least who would be somewhat dedicated and would want to, and also have more in common than just music, because he's also a pretty good friend of mine. So
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you guys for coming to the living room. And on the credit screen, I'll put all your web presence up there so people can check you out. And it's been a pleasure, and thanks for letting me play on Seaside.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.